Hello there, it's Siobhan, the galloping housewife. On my way out to the horses again. Surprise, surprise. Yesterday I had a good day out there. I got straight on Mitchell after he'd had a day off, and he's going great actually. I've said before, he's really green, so we don't really expect much of him, but honestly got on him and he walked, trot and cantered both ways. He was a bit of an ass to get going, to get forward. He just no, I'm not going anywhere, just refuses to move and backs up, not much, but just sort of is a little bit belligerent, particularly going down one long side. I mean, all horses have one spot that they will be a little bit shitty at, but he's not dirty with it, like he just won't go. So which is good, because when he was sore, he did buck me off once properly, and it's it's like, as much as you tell yourself it's one of those things, it's good to be able to experience it. It's good to be able to get on and have that feel and go like, no, I can push him and he's not going to do anything stupid. And then we finished it off actually by, I hacked him down. It was a very short lane beside the yard, but it's got all the yard owners' husbands building stuff, and it's really spooky. There's lots of piles of, I was about to say shit, it's not shit, it's like building stuff, and so building resources and things. So he's and so he walked down there. He did. He said, I'm not, and I just said, you are, and eventually he decided and went down. Good day on him, and got on Percy, and Percy was actually really cool yesterday. So just flattered him a little bit. I took her, and just did some, and he was really good. And it's just like, it's amazing how much of a difference it makes when we can get them out on the, turned out in the field in the morning, and just like, it's like not blowing its tits off and not being like thoroughly unpleasant, and just a bit warmer. It's actually like 16.5 degrees here today, which I'm probably overdressed for, but I have to like drag my summer wardrobe back out. It's like, oh god. So I'm in the process of doing that, and actually summer, you get all the people out for, actually the guy before was just a local doing his, just a kid coming up here probably to work, but old fella who I see a lot of, walking up the road, and I'm just about to pass two amateur cyclists who two of the old guys who have stopped for a chat on the side of the road. So it's it's nice, and I was waving at the people coming out of the place. It's just makes such a difference to your attitude coming into a bit warmer weather, and a bit more, I don't know whether optimism is the right word, because I was looking, things are shit out there in the real world. It's like I'm just watching what people are talking about as far as like cost of living crisis, and of course we've got wars, and we're going to have an issue with wheat next year, and we're going to because Ukraine produces, I think it's a third of Europe's wheat, and you got all the stuff that's going on with refugees coming out of there that we're going to have to look after, and it doesn't look like we're doing anything concrete to tell Russia to push back. And so there's all that, and then there's COVID, which is still going on, and it's at its highest rate. So it's like, there's a lot of bad stuff out there, but it's amazing how much that you can just the nice weather can make a difference to how we feel, and also to how things go. And it's like, it's that shift, it's that switch from a mindset, simply from how we feel in ourselves to how to what actual real world outcomes have. And it's like become what the real world outcomes are. It's I feel better, therefore I ride better, therefore my horses go better, and it perpetuates. But the same thing happens in our in everything in our lives. Like our relationships. If we're feeling happier or more settled or whatever, then we do have we'll be nicer to people and they'll be nicer back to us. Funny that. But or we're less likely to get riled by a partner or a kid, or by a boss or by an employee. It's all those things. That interpersonal reactions improve, and therefore outcomes improve. And then and in your business, you've got a much more positive outlook, so you start to look for solutions instead of worrying about instead of getting focused on the problems. And it's just there's a lot of stuff going on out there about this whole especially in this in the kind of self-improvement, self-help type type stuff, and business, and to do with finances and to do with money, and it's nothing new. The secret was in the 70s or 80s, and there's win friends and influence people was back then as well. There's actually, it's been around for a while, but this whole thing of positive thinking, and influencing outcomes and manifesting stuff, and people get and there's the whole kind of woo side of things is you don't have to believe in the woo. And I'm like, I don't, the whole sort of spiritual side of things is, I can take it or leave it. I'm not one way or the other. I'm a really scientific, analytical mind, but I know it works because I know there's physical outcomes from it. And it's just about, so the shift in mindset, so the positive thinking doesn't necessarily, it's not the thing that draws in the improved outcomes. It's our reactions to the world. Every single thing that we do is based on how we feel, and so if we are feeling better, then we're always going to have better outcomes, and it's, oh my god, I wish you could see what I can see. It's a little kid on a little toy tractor who's rounding in the sheep and lambs, like he'd be about 3. It's really, really bloody cute. Anyway, it's like, so feeling better. It's like, it really is, and I've said this before on this, I was about to say podcast, it's not a podcast, but it's like manifesting is just making real. And if we, when we feel better, we'll bring in better things. Actually, I know I was going before I saw the kid, but it's like, when it's not to say that other emotions don't have a time and a place. You've got every right to feel angry. You've got every right to feel sad. You've got every right to feel frustrated, and you should express those things. What I'm saying is that that if we are feeling more positive if we've got more good emotions. And it's like we're labeling things good or bad, it's a bit arbitrary, but if we've got more positive emotions, you know, of hope, of happiness, of even contentment, then that is going to influence outcomes in a very real way. Simply, you know, you can call it your energy drawing things in, or you can just, you know that it is your responses and reactions that are causing good things to come your way. Or just for you to actually look at an identical thing and interpret it in a different way. And that can be enough to trigger a cascade. You know, I've talked about the butterfly effect, about how little tiny incremental things can go on and have a profound effect when they get out there to their end destination. So for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere who are heading towards spring and summer, you know, you'll be taking advantage of that. And those of you that are in the Southern Hemisphere, it's also something to sort of hold on to a little bit, to be thinking about as you're coming into autumn and winter, to be aware of the shift and to, I was about to say protect yourself, but it's not even that. There's some really good things, and I know that I look forward in winter to different things. I look forward to you know, being warm and indoors in a storm, or out there taking advantage of, you know, extreme weather, you know, and also the downtime a little bit, like not having that pressure of you know, we've got to ride because we're going to a show, or you know, to be somewhere or do something. It's more about it's more about, you know, you ride when you fit it in, and you don't feel guilty about taking some days off if and when you need to. So just have those things a little bit more forefront. So just have them a little bit more so that you're looking forward. I talked a little bit, I think yesterday, about the fact that we don't have an outing, we don't have, I mean, it sounds like a holiday, you know, it's like first world problems, but we don't have a holiday to look forward to at the moment, and you know, how that's a little bit but it's that same thing about, you know, you can be looking forward to things no matter what season you are, and to highlight them and to hold on to them as you're coming into autumn or winter down there. Going skiing up Mount Hutt, for those of you that are in and around the middle of the South Island. If you get the chance, have a run down Towers for me. Okay, right, that's me. I'm done, and I will catch you next time, probably tomorrow. Bye.